I lost 40 bands betting on sports. No system, no rules, just chasing parlays like a lot of y'all watching right now. 180 days later, I turned that loss into $65,000 profit by following 7 principles I'm about to hand y'all in this video. And listen, you ain't losing because of your picks. That's just what you've been taught to blame. You're losing because you break these 7 principles every single time you place a bet. And one of them is gonna sound completely backwards until you see what it did to my bankroll. In this video, I'm breaking down all 7 principles, exactly how I used them to go from down 40 bands to $65,000 in 180 days, and how you can copy the same 7 starting with your very next bet. I've sat right here in this room crying over a blown bankroll, not knowing what I was gonna do with my life. So I know how y'all feel, but after months of L's, I'm now able to stack $10,000 months consistently. And my chat is running these same principles I teach. So I know exactly where and what you're doing wrong. YouTube, what's good, man? It's your boy Dez. I'm imdesTV, the best TV. And we back with a banger. I said we back with a banger. Hey man, say man, as y'all can see by the title and the thumbnail of the video, today I'm gonna be giving y'all 7 sports betting principles that has helped me profit $65,000 in the last 180 days, man. Now, for those of you that don't know me, man, I'm a sports bettor. I sports bet every single day, man. I also help people win with sports betting as well and things of that nature. But on my channel, I like to give people a lot of free game, like to give y'all information that some of y'all might not know. And I also like to do vlogs as well. I know I haven't did any vlogs in a while, but hey, I got some trips coming up. I got some lit things coming up, so man, I'm gonna put all that on camera for y'all. But so with that being said, man, if you new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also leave a like on the video, man. And without further ado, man, we gonna go ahead and get straight into it. Now, the very first principle I want to go over with y'all is, bro, grade the bet on the decision, not the result. And I know some of y'all are like, bro, what do you mean by that, man? What I mean by this is, bro, stop grading your bets based on if they won or not. Grade them by whether you had a real reason to place them. A good bet is a bet where you find a real good edge, whether it wins or whether it loses. A bad bet is one where you didn't have an edge, even if it cashed. Most of you have those two backwards, and it's costing you. It's costing you time and money that you're not gonna get back. So I need y'all to really lock in. And then some of y'all be getting caught up in the trap of a lucky win. You hit a parlay that you had no business taking, then your brain logs it as, oh, well, this works, I'm gonna keep doing it. And now you keep doing the parlays over and over and over, and that's what's gonna cause you to go bankrupt. That win taught you the wrong lesson. But then you got the trap of a good loss. You make the right bet, it loses by a buzzer beater, and you throw out the approach that was actually working because you got cooked one night. So this is how you actually run it. Before you even look at the result, ask yourself this: did I have a real reason to place this bet, or did I just want to take action because it was plenty of games on and I just wanted to say that I was betting? I wanted to try to make some money. If the reason was solid, it was a good bet, period. On any single play, the result is just noise. That's the whole difference between a gambler and an investor. The gambler rides the high off the win, but the investor only cares whether the decision was right, because over hundreds of bets, the right decisions are the ones that pay. Now, principle number 2, never let your last bet decide your next one. Your bet size never moves based on your last result. Same size when you're up 5 in a row, same size when you're down 5 in a row. The bet that blew my 40 bands wasn't a loss. It was the bet right after a loss. I lose a bet, get pissed off, and then drop double on the next bet to try to chase back everything and still profit. That's tilt, and tilt is how people go broke, not bad picks. And it hits from both sides. After a heater, you feel untouchable and you want to oversize because you feel like the next play is a lock. After a loss, you feel desperate and oversized to chase back what you lost. It's literally the same disease, opposite mood, same blown account. The pro move is born on purpose. My bet today is the same exact size as yesterday, whether I went 5-0 or 0-5. Yesterday is done and it gets 0 vote in today's bet. So this is how I want y'all to run it. I want you to set your number before the day even starts and make it untouchable. The second you catch yourself thinking, oh, I'm due for a win, or I know I can't lose this one, that's your signal to bet less, not more. That feeling is the tell that an emotional bet is coming. Now let me tell y'all why this beats picks. You can hit 56% of your bets and still go broke if you place bets off emotion, because one tilted bet after a bad night erases a month of good ones. Flat sizing is what keeps you alive long enough for your actual edge to show up. Now, knowing these principles and actually running them every single day is 2 completely different things, and applying them is where most people fall off. I broke down how I researched my plays, how I sized them, system, how I protect my bankroll day to day, I gave my whole system out in a free video. It's the first link in the description. Watch that when you're done here, and you'll see exactly what it took for me to turn my life around. Now, next up, we got principle 3, which is the most profitable move is probably no bet at all. Now, I'm not saying you just shouldn't be betting every single day, like take 3 or 4 days off out of the week. I'm not saying that. But if you don't have a real edge by your cutoff, or if you've been looking at the board and nothing really stands out after you do hours of research, then the best bet is no bet at all. Don't bet nothing on that day. And I get it, bro. I know it's hard sometimes for y'all to just take the day off, but sometimes no bet is actually the best one. Everybody out here teaches what to bet or how to find a lock, but nobody out here teaches the strongest move in the game, which is closing the app. A day you don't bet because nothing was there and there was no real edge is a day that you don't lose. And that's a win. The amateur can't sit still. They wake up, they look at the board, and they force a play on a game that just didn't feel right. A game that they never even studied. That's not betting, that's boredom with money attached. Me personally, I don't bet every single day, and that's on purpose. Some nights the board is dry, the numbers are fair, there's no soft spot, and the right play is 0 plays. The sports books make most of their money off people who just simply can't stop. The ones betting 7 days a week no matter what, and every day they bet, they just feel like they have to bet on every single game. You gotta give yourself permission to pass. Make it a rule that if you hit your cutoff and you don't have one play that you would genuinely put real money on, you're out for the night. No forcing plays. The plays you skip on discipline is profit that you keep. And let me give y'all a little mindset shift. You're not paid to bet. You're paid to be right. If being right means doing nothing tonight, then the play is no bet at all. And the discipline to walk away is what separates you from the guy up at 2 a.m. betting on table tennis, just because he's trying to find anything to throw money on. Now lock in for this next one because it flips how you keep score completely. There's a number that pros live and die by that 99% of bettors have never even heard of. And it'll tell you if you're actually winning long term before your record ever does. That leads me to principle 4. Keep score with closing line value, not your record. Your real scoreboard isn't your win-loss record. It's whether you beat the closing line. Most of y'all be keeping score completely wrong. You can go 6-4 over a stretch and be a long-term loser. And you can go 4-6 and be a future winner. Wins over a small sample lie to you constantly. What actually predicts whether you win long-term is the line that you got versus the line that it closed at. If you bet a team at +6 and by game time it closed at +3, you beat the close by 3 points. You were ahead of the money. Do that over and over and you print. Even on the nights that you lose. And let me tell you why it works. The closing line is the sharpest number of the day because all the sharp money has already moved to where it should be. If you're consistently getting a better number than the close, you're consistently finding value that the market hasn't caught yet. That's the whole game at a high level. And here's how to run it. You want to write down the number that you bet and the number that it closed at. Every single play. Track that, not just your wins. Beating the close more often than not means you're sharp and the wins are coming. Losing to the close means your record is lying to you and you need to lock in with the process of your work. Now, principle 5, never judge your system on a small sample. You cannot judge any of this on 20 bets. Variance needs a real sample before your numbers mean anything. Going 8 and 12 over 2 weeks really tells you nothing. But that's exactly when people panic and burn the whole system down. And this is why most people quit right before it starts working. Think about it like a coin flip, right? You flip it 10 times and you might get 7 tails. That doesn't mean the coin is broken. It means 10 flips is nothing. Your betting is the same. A bad week is 10 flips. The real edge shows up in the long run. So you have to give it time. You have to be patient. One cold stretch is not your system failing. It's just variance doing what variance does. So this is how you run it. You pick a sample like 200 bets and commit to change nothing until you get there. Track your closing line value the whole way. Then you judge it on the data, never on one bad betting day. If you're gonna make a change, make it on a calm day looking at 200 bets, but never in the middle of a losing streak when you're emotional. Okay, so how do you actually turn this into money that hits your account every single month instead of a number that just goes up and down? That's exactly what these last 2 rules do. And it's what decides whether betting stays a hobby or becomes a real second check. So stay with me. Now, principle number 6, you want to keep your betting money in its own account, separate from your life, and you pay yourself the profit. Most people's bankroll is just whatever's in their checking account. So a bad week doesn't only affect their betting, it affects their rent, it affects their food, it affects their bills, it affects their whole life. That's how betting wrecks people, and it has nothing to do with their picks. A business has its own account. You want to treat your bankroll the same exact way. Betting capital in one place, life money in another. And the two never touch. If you can't afford to lose what's in that betting account, the number's too big, cut it. And you have to pay yourself. When the bankroll grows, pull money out on a schedule. Don't let it ride forever until one cold streak gives it all back. The point of this is to actually make money and make income, not to just watch a number grow and then watch it go back down. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to open a separate account today, fund it with money you can lose, and set a withdrawal rule. Something like every time you grow the account by 50%, you pull a chunk out and it's yours. Locked in, off the table for good. And last but not least, y'all, principle 7, build a routine that survives your 9 to 5. A lot of y'all be like, man, I don't really have time to do this. I work, I have a 9 to 5. You want to build a routine, build a schedule that actually works around your 9 to 5. Your problem was never the knowledge, it's time. I get it. You don't have 8 hours to research and you don't need it. The whole thing runs on a tight routine and your 1 or 2 best spots. A fixed window, same time every day. Your job comes first and the betting fits around it. People think you got to live on the app 24/7 to win, bro, and it's the opposite. You want a system tight enough to run in the cracks of a normal life. 20 to 30 minutes a day on your best plays. Not your phone in your hand from morning to night. So pick your window and protect it. Maybe it's 1 hour after work. Maybe it's your lunch break. Same time every day. A set number of plays. And when the window closes, you're done. No betting at 2 a.m. on a game you didn't even research. Small, consistent, on a routine, profit pulled out and stacked until the second check gets big enough that the 9 to 5 becomes optional. That's the whole point. Not a fun weekend, a real income that one day doesn't need a job attached to it. Now, everything I just walked y'all through is real and it works. But after being in this game for a while, this is what I've seen happens to most people. They learn it, they catch a few wins, and then the first losing streak hits. They panic and they run right back to their old habits. And that's because they're working with pieces and not the full protocol. If y'all want to copy the way I research my plays, how I manage my bankroll, and all the discipline behind my system, I broke the whole thing down for you for free. It's the first link in the description. Lock in and go watch it right now. But it's your boy Dez. I'm imdesTV, the best TV, and I'm out.
I ran it up, I had to get it. Feeling want no option, had to change up my decision. I don't want no problems, but I go crazy over binges. If I started, I'ma finish. No, I got complete the mission.